So welcome to the second talk. Thank you for being here. My talk will not be as technical because we haven't been acquired yet and there's a lot of dark secrets in what we do, but I will do my best to go as technical as I possibly can. So I'm a data scientist at Codec. We do content marketing and we're trying to solve one of the biggest problem in our world. So how many of you love commercials, for example on YouTube? You're trying to watch maybe your favorite metal band live concert, and then before you can get to the video, pregnancy test, hooray! And you have to watch it for this 20 seconds. So super annoying. People are using ad blockers. They are not using TV as much anymore. They're not clicking on banners and clickbaits. And as a result, companies are losing, and brands, they're losing a lot of money because they're producing content, distributing it, and nobody's interested. Once in a while, you do get, very rarely, you get a video or an article that you understand it's sponsored, it's produced by a brand, but it's interesting, it's captivating, and you actually end up learning something. So this is the kind of content we're trying to help brands to create. So they come to us with a question, what content should we make? And we are fundamentally changing the way these creative decisions are made because we're trying to tell them a lot about the audiences they're trying to get their content to. So we're not trying to tell them, okay, you should make a video with a kitten playing with a ball and then there's a plane and everything is on fire. We're not doing that. We're not creatives. We are telling them a very detailed picture about the people they want to reach out to. And we're actually telling them whether this audience they have in mind already, whether it's suitable for them or not, and which audience would be possibly better. So there are many steps in this process. This is just a very simple flow. First we interact a lot with the brand, then we collect a lot of digital signals, public signals. We're not spying on everyone. And we are identifying the tribes within these digital signals. We're looking at their personality, their interests, what kind of content they interact with and share. And then we digest all this into a very concise, short report, online, offline, for the brands to see, to distribute within their own teams, and to make creative decisions. So today I'll focus only on this part. It's about discovering the tribes online and learning as much as we can about them. Before I start with that, again, I'll be preaching to the converted, of course. This is your raw data, and it's so important to learn as much as you can about the source of this data, to think about the problem you're trying to solve, because if you just start throwing algorithms at it, it will come out of the bushes and bite you on the bum. So what you do is you do very careful analysis, thought through, especially during the R&D, of course, thought through 100 times, and only this will help you to create actually actionable, nice data. So in terms of tribe discovery, it's easy enough to collect like an audience of 250K users. It's a small audience, very easy to find. And the first thing we do is running simple clustering algorithm. And we maybe can find 10 big tribes that cover most of the network, and oops, we end up maybe with this nice fluffy picture. I don't know how much you can see from here. Pity it's a bit too nice shades. So it looks nice and feathery, but it's not very actionable, to be honest. It's not very useful. You can see all these nice colors, that's it. So we want to know more about these tribes inside this audience. We want to know who these people are, how do they interact, what are they interested in, who do they listen to, and how does the whole picture change over time. Among these 5 factors, there's one lie. We don't actually tell you who these people are. We're not spies, and it's pretty useless to know the names and IDs of 250 or a million people. But we can certainly tell you who they listen to. So, for example, we can identify a tribe and look at the influential profiles within this tribe. And it can be, for example, in a single tribe, a set like this: Metropolitan Museum, Classic FM, British Library, and W magazine. So just by looking at these profiles, it already gives you a picture of what kind of interest these people might have, kind of who is interested, like what kind of culture they might have. And so that's already some digestible, concise information. How do these people interact? Again, the image didn't show up, unfortunately. There was a lovely blob here. Yeah, the projector doesn't show it. I see it on the screen here. But for every of those tribes, we can tell you how many people are within the tribe, how well do they interact, how actively, what is the path between every two members, what do they share, how many people share, how many people just listen, so all these things. We can also tell you what they're interested in. So we do topic extraction and domain extraction, and we can analyze things they share and extract all these insights. And very importantly, we can also tell you how this whole picture changes over time. So one thing, here are the blobs, wonderful. So one thing is to have a tribe that over the whole year had 23K users, for example. But if we take just a certain month, it might be just 7K users. And then in 3 months, the picture changes and there's fewer users now, and moreover, only 40% transferred, and there's 60 new users, they came from somewhere else. And then in 3 months, the picture changes again, there's even fewer users now, but more people stayed and fewer people joined. So this, again, for the brands, this is a very important information to know, because they want to know the audience, they want to know how stable these tribes are. We can also see how people transfer from tribe to tribe, actually. Do they mostly, so how stable these tribes are over time, how big they are, of course. So this is again another useful bit. But essentially we're just extracting statistics, right? I know there's a problem with the picture. So if you are, essentially what we need to give to our clients are examples of good tribes, good communities. If you ask Google, say, what is a good community, what is a bad community, give me a picture. It gives you these very problematic pictures. I don't agree with either of them. So, and this is not what we give to our clients. For our clients, the good community means connected, engaged, stable over time, focused on maybe certain topics around certain areas. And a bad community would be something that's disconnected, they don't really interact with each other. It's structurally there, you can find it with a clustering algorithm, but essentially it's very volatile and it's all over the place. It talks about all possible topics and you can't really figure out what these people are about. So these are our definitions. The question is that it's really difficult to put numbers to these parameters, right? So how do we say, like, what is volatile enough so that we can assign it a bad label? Or how exactly focused should they be? So what we did is, we did clustering. Simple clustering, people will probably recognize Matplotlib here. After all the proper data processing, and even before that, there were always 4 clusters, whatever we did. The best silhouette was for 4 clusters. So what we did, well, what I did is I gave examples from these clusters to our experts, to our cultural researchers who are part of our team, without giving them a label, say, like, what do you think of these tribes? Here are all the parameters, the influential users, all the things that we would show to our clients. Do you think it's a good community? Can we use it for a report? And they told me, for some, they said, like, no, that doesn't look right, it doesn't feel good. And for some, they said yes. And essentially, all we're doing in our data team is we're trying to capture this amazing expertise on culture and communities and interaction with content, and we're trying to scale it and digitize it and build models in it. So it turns out that, like, this cluster was stably very high quality. So this is something that we can use in the future. We can make the data processing path much faster, and our experts don't have to do it manually anymore and go and search and analyze things manually. So basically, the take-home message of this talk is that community analysis goes far beyond just nodes and edges and interesting feathery graphs. And especially at the R&D stage, please treat each data set like this is what I've learned through sweat and blood and tears. Each data set is unique, and if you treat it as such, it will help you later in the production. Because if you, again, try just the standard methods, say it will tell you, okay, I see baby mammal here in this data set, figuratively speaking. But if you treat it as unique, it can tell you, this is a kitten, give it milk, play with it. This is a puppy, give it milk, take it for a walk. And this is a hedgehog, don't give it milk, it's poisonous for hedgehogs, let it go into the forest. So this is the kind of granularity you get if you treat your data well, and you end up not poisoning hedgehogs. Right, so this is just part of our team. We've been expanding recently. We're at codec.ai. You can reach us if you have any questions. And yeah, I wonder if you have any questions for me now.